There are so many new beauty releases happening all the time, so we gathered some of the most hyped products from August to test for ourselves. I've been seeing these gorgeous hollow glosses from Queen Cosmetics all over TikTok. Of course, I had to get 3 of them. These glosses are just as beautiful in person. They honestly feel fine on the lips as long as you don't apply too much. I packed on this electric shade and it did feel a little gritty, so I recommend only doing 1 to 2 thin layers to avoid that. But these are so cool. They look good on their own, but even better over lipstick, especially darker colors. This is the new Fenty Beauty Eaze Droplet All Over Glow Enhancer. It can be worn on its own to reduce the look of pores or mixed into foundation for some added glow. Using this on its own, I honestly wasn't very impressed. I don't think my pores were necessarily blurred and I felt like my skin didn't look that glowy. It kind of just looked like I applied moisturizer. I think this worked better when mixed into a foundation. I mixed it with my Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint, which I love, and I noticed it gave my skin a nice little glow. This skin tint is more on the matte side, so I do like that the glow enhancer made it more dewy. However, I don't think it's such a big difference that I can justify buying this product. It kind of just feels like an extra step that doesn't add much. Item Beauty is Addison Rae's beauty brand. People rave about its lip oils, so I figured I'd test it out with a couple of other products too. So this is the Lip Quip Moisturizing Lip Oil. Let me start out by saying it smells amazing, kind of peachy. The color was actually a little more pigmented than I expected for a lip oil, but I thought it was so pretty. The formula is on the thicker side. It feels super nourishing and just makes your lips look so juicy, so I am really into this. This is going in my bag. Next, I tried the Boost Juice Dual-Ended Lash Primer and Colored Mascara, so you can use this as a lash primer or colored mascara. The lilac side is for volume and the blue side is for lengthening. I have to admit, I much preferred the blue side as just a colored mascara. I feel like once I applied regular mascara on top of it, my lashes just kind of lumped together. The lilac side barely showed up on my lashes, but it worked much better as a lash primer. I also tried the Blushin like cream blush. It's supposed to be a cream to powder formula, but it just kind of feels like a powder. I used my sponge to apply it at first, but it just kind of looked a little splotchy. It worked much better with a brush. You can also apply it to the lips, and it was honestly cute. It's buildable, which I like, but I don't feel like this is anything special. ColourPop drops new stuff like every other day, but these Graphix ink liners caught my eye. I really like this tip. It's super sharp and flexible. I am horrible at doing any kind of liner situation, so I was really glad that this tip kind of did the work for me. However, the color payoff on these is not great. I found myself layering up the product for full color payoff, and with this formula, the more you layer, the more textured it looks. It sucks because these are colors that I don't really see a lot of in eyeliner, but this formula is just not my favorite. It Cosmetics just dropped another Love is the Foundation brush. I think it drops one of these a year. I have one from a previous year that I really love, but they're actually not the same. This new one is less dense and more flexible than my old one, and I also feel like the bristles on this new one are longer. I used it to apply my foundation, and I was really happy with how fast it blended everything in without looking streaky. It also worked great with my concealer. I didn't lose any coverage with this brush because it didn't absorb the product. I think I actually like this new one better than my old one. I tried a couple of products from J.Cat Beauty. Let's talk about this blush first. This color is so pretty. It's like an orangey pink with a bunch of gold shimmer in it, so you get this very buildable color with some added glow. I can definitely see this color working for so many different skin tones. The Mood Flick Holo-Sparkle Lip Balm is one of those color-changing lip products. I honestly thought these would be more glittery, but I think it just looked metallic on me. They do actually feel pretty moisturizing on the lips. I was really surprised at how much these stain when I was trying to take it off. My lips were bright pink. I don't know if I'd ever use these again, but they're cute. I haven't reviewed a Too Faced product in forever, but it just released this Born This Way Ethereal Light Smoothing Concealer, and I heard really good things about it. It's supposed to be super hydrating and smoothing. I did not like the applicator on this, not because of the shape, but because it doesn't pick up product that well. This formula is actually really nice. Even after blending it out and setting it with powder, you can still see that luminosity in the concealer. I don't know if it did much smoothing, but I like the coverage it gave me and how easy it was to work with. This is the Dior Rouge Dior Forever Transfer Proof Lipstick. Not a liquid lipstick, a regular lipstick. So you apply this like any other lipstick, wait 3 minutes for the color to set, and you should be left with a long-wearing transfer-proof lip. I think this particular shade was a bit patchy, but I evened it out as much as I could. I could not believe how well this worked. I was expecting a lot of transfer because this is a regular lipstick, but the transfer was pretty minimal. It also didn't feel too drying on the lips. I think this formula is really cool and I want to try out some other shades.